I did feel bad for my husband. Like it was sad to to know what I was doing, knowing that he really loves me the way he does, but I really did not care. I still wanted to always go around this other guy.
A wife cheats on her husband with his best friend, and he walks out like a champ. We've got a video for you here today from the Modern King. Don't forget to like and subscribe on your way in, and let's get into it.
I'm cheating on my husband, and I finally have the balls to tell the world. I told him, and of course, you know, he didn't handle it how we would want him to handle it. But, I mean, it's what, you know, he is expected to do. So I started having a friendship with this particular person.
It's interesting how she cheated. She broke her husband's heart and then said that he didn't handle it the way we would have liked him to. There's no we in this. That's only her and her own selfishness. And her husband has every right to be furious, by the way.
And it's actually a friend of my husband as well. And we just have been hanging out around him a lot lately. We started out with just simple conversation, like we were friends, but we ended up kind of pushing it past that a little, not a little. I'll get into how far.
It always starts with just talking, but if a wife ever insists on just talking with one of her husband's friends, she's pretty much decided that the cheating is going to happen. It's just a matter of when and what kind of lousy excuse she can make up on the spot.
But we ended up kind of like secretly seeing each other, trying to find ways to see each other, and doing that behind my husband's back. Part 2 of what's going on with me cheating on my husband. So we ended up with me writing love letters and stuff. So I started really growing feelings for him. And I never thought that you could for two people. I thought that as women or men, like it's like you love one person and that's it. However, not true.
The fact that she thought exchanging love letters with her husband's friend was appropriate just tells you everything you need to know about this woman. She's clinically insane.
So I started going back to back in the days where I just started writing him love letters and stuff, and we would secretly pass it to each other. I didn't want the evidence on my phone too much. So I started writing him these little notes and making them into straw looking paper, and I would pass them to him whenever he would come around. And he kept them, I guess.
He went to so much trouble trying to sneak love letters to this other guy, thinking that it would be a lot smarter to pass off handwritten notes instead of keeping them on her phone, which is just insanely stupid. That guy isn't going to burn those letters after reading them.
And he would read them and we would smile and stuff at each other. And we still texted each other. It was a lot of deleting messages and then going to recently deleted and deleting those as well. And that's the furthest of how we were communicating before we started becoming physical, which I'll explain a little more in part 3.
Once she started exchanging love letters and deleting texts, the cheating has already happened ages ago, okay? She had already decided to emotionally connect with a man who wasn't her husband. Them not having bedroom fun is merely a moot point at that point.
Okay, so this is part 3. So now that the building the connection part has passed, we ended up starting to do stuff secretly when my husband and I would go over to his house. And whenever we would go over there, I would try to go over there more, obviously, because I really wanted to see him. And I did feel bad for my husband. like, it was sad to to know what I was doing, knowing that he really loves me the way he does, but I really did not care. I still wanted to always go around this other guy.
She most certainly didn't feel bad for cheating at all. She went with her husband over to his friend's house with the express purpose of getting physical with him. It just keeps getting worse and worse, but you can't really expect anything less from a wife who would betray her husband like that.
I think the reason was because I couldn't believe that there was someone else besides my husband that I really am, like, emotionally attached to now. So this is a big deal for me, at least. And this is all part of the conversation that I had with my husband. So anyways, we have been going around to his house a lot more often.
I'm going to make the argument that this woman was never emotionally connected to her husband in the first place. If she was, then the thought of cheating on him with his friend would have never crossed her mind in the first place.
He also has a daughter, so we bring, like, our children over there. And the last time we went over there is when it really hit the fan. So a lot of weird stuff started happening, and I started getting, like, really scared because my husband was doing a lot of acting suspicious. Like, he was looking through stuff, and I got nervous.
Her husband had every right to be suspicious, especially looking back on it. She was involving his children as an excuse to have an affair with his friend. Combine that with the fact that she clearly wasn't hiding anything very well. Nobody could blame him for wanting to snoop around.
I got nervous because I knew, and I had a feeling, that this guy was saving all of my love letters. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I hope he does not have my love letters around here somewhere. Because, oh my gosh, if my husband finds them, I would be heartbroken for him.
There is no way that she would ever be heartbroken for her husband. She was just afraid of getting caught and losing the stability that her husband gave her. That's it.
Okay. So now the bedroom search. So we are at my, I guess, lovers will call him. That is so wrong, but we're at my lover's house, and my husband started to, like I said, kind of just look around a lot. So he was looking through, like, the stuff that was on, his desk, and he had, like, a dresser. Like, his room was really big, so, like, we would sit, like, on the couch in there and stuff like that, and his daughter's room was, around the corner.
Nobody can blame this guy for snooping around. His wife and his friend were both acting suspicious, and he needed to know why. I love how people always try and blame this on the men afterwards, like, oh, how dare you be suspicious? The dude obviously had a right to be suspicious. She was cheating on him, the whole damn time. I don't even understand this.
But anyways, we were in there, and my husband was, like, looking through, like, at trophies and papers and stuff. Anyways, he had my straw-like letters. He had them posted up on the shelf inside of his room, and for some reason, I don't know why, of course, but my husband ended up, like, grabbing the stack of them. It looked like sage, basically, like when you have, like, the sticks and stuff. It was like thin straw like that.
Of course, the man kept the letters. If you go through the trouble of handwriting a bunch of letters, the person is going to keep them. And because both of them were careless, he left them out for anybody to see. She's bringing this all on herself.
So my husband ended up grabbing them and became suspicious. I'm like, oh my gosh, what are these? This is weird, like wrapped up paper. Like, I wonder what this is. So I'm looking because I know what they are. Like, I'm, like, on the bed, kind of like this, and I'm just, looking at my husband in front of me with these papers in his hand. And I'm getting super nervous because I'm like, oh my God, he's going to look at these letters, and he knows how I write. He knows how I talk.
She knew that he was going to recognize her handwriting, but that didn't stop her from writing the letters that openly admit that she was cheating, and yet she still went through with giving those letters to the man's friend and just blindly assumed that he was never going to find out.
So I started getting really nervous. My heart is pounding even thinking about it. Every time that my husband and I would joke about like me cheating on him, he's like, girl, you will be in a grave, you and whoever it is,
Why
and
would you
you're
joke
never
about
gonna
that?
leave me, blah, blah, blah. However, in this moment, he did not react that way. He did not. He reacted very calmly. Like I said, I can see that he was very hurt. Like, I can see it. I know him. He's my husband. So he acted very calmly and like very mature.
Dude, why does
Very
it seem like she's
demure.
happy?
I don't even know if I used that correctly. But anyways, he acted very calm and he just left and took the 2 kids. We only had AJ and Aliyah with us.
Of course, he is hurt. The woman he swore a lifelong vow of loyalty to went through the trouble of writing his friend countless love letters and was having an affair with him. This isn't just physical, by the way, it's also emotional. And the fact that he kept his composure says a lot about his character, so good on him.
When I get to his mom's house, like I said, there was a U-Haul truck there. And my heart dropped because I'm like, oh my gosh, immediately he is moving out and already has his stuff in this U-Haul truck. Like it's like it happened so fast, so I'm like, oh my gosh, he's leaving me for real. So like I said, that broke my heart, and I tried to talk to his mom and see like where her mind was, where his mind was.
She has absolutely no right to feel heartbroken at all. She went behind her husband's back to sleep with a man that he trusted. Once that happens, the only proper reaction is just to leave.
The audacity.
And she was just like, I don't
my heart.
know what to tell you. He didn't tell me the full story. I just know that he asked me if he can come back, and he's here. So I was taken aback. Like, you're really gonna end our whole marriage just because of that?
The worst part is how she's acting like he's being unreasonable when she was the one going behind his back to sleep with someone else. There's no taking back what she did. She destroyed the family, not him, and she refuses to take any accountability for that, mind you.
It's not simping if you can afford it.
Oh, good. A materialistic take on this one.
It's not simping if you can afford it. I know it's simping to you, sir, because you would have to be crazy in love to drain your bank account to do the bare minimum.
I think we need a ruling on what should be considered the bare minimum. Because if an average guy has to drain their bank account in order to meet what some women consider to be the bare minimum, that's not the minimum. That's crazy.
The bare minimum is whatever a modern woman wants it to be. That's always what I've found hilarious. That's why they complain endlessly about it. There's no such thing as the bare minimum. It's just a buzzword at this point, really. But anyway, guys, we are going to be leaving today's episode there. Don't forget to subscribe on your way out. Click this video that's up on the screen now if you want to see more. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.